Oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, 'cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming to you live on the Lobo Hockey Network here at the Outpost in beautiful Albuquerque, New Mexico for tonight's matchup between the visiting Air Force Academy Falcons and your University of New Mexico Lobos. I'm Carlos Tenorio. I'm joined here by Nick down here on the boards. Josh has been kicked out of the broadcast booth tonight, and he's been sentenced to the bench. He will be doing sideline reporting tonight. Kind of a new look. We're hoping to try this and get, iron out the kinks tonight. But Nick, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Very, very excited for what shapes up to be two of the best teams in the nation playing against each other here tonight. Should be a great game, I'm sure, for the Lobos side. They're going to be pumped up to play in front of this great crowd tonight, and it's going to be the last game they're going to play here in Albuquerque for a little over a month. So you got to think that's going to factor into their want to win and play well this weekend. So very excited to see what kind of game we get tonight. I thought last weekend we had a fantastic set. 2 weekends ago we had a fantastic set of games against ASU. So I'm really excited to see another fantastic opponent come in and see how Lobos do against another great opponent.
Yeah, it was speaking of the games of 2 weekends ago, actually. It doesn't feel that long.
It definitely
but it's
doesn't.
been 2 weekends ago. UNM splitting with Arizona State. That first game, a horrible breakdown in the third period, really led to the Lobos' demise. But they battled back hard on that Saturday and got the win over Arizona State. Granted, it was a little nerve-wracking there in the third period. It was a 2-1 victory. But an amazing job by the Lobo defense to secure that 2-1 victory and make sure that they didn't have a repeat of Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. And we touched on it on Friday. I thought one of the biggest things for the Lobos is you weren't going to win all the games. And I feel like a lot of the times in the losses, you take a lot away. And it was a feeling that I got out of that game when we started seeing the way that second game went against ASU. UNM came out, they were really on the attack, they were suffocating ASU, they were controlling the play early, down low in the offensive zone. I thought they did such a good job. And then when ASU started to come back, I think there was a little bit of nervous tension, but from what I could kind of feel from the players, and we watched from our vantage point, you kind of felt like they were a little bit more calm. They were a little bit more collected. They weren't trying to chase the puck around like they were on that first night. So I thought it was a really, really good game for them to learn how to win those tight games. That will help them tremendously going forward. So I think it was a good learning experience, not the results you want to, but a really good learning experience for them on Friday. Saturday, they go out and they prove why they're one of the best teams in the country, and then tonight, it's a great way to set yourself up going into another strong opponent like we've touched on tonight.
A very strong opponent, indeed. We got Josh, like I said, over on the board. Josh, how are you doing over there, Josh?
How you doing tonight, gentlemen, I should say.
If you want to.
I mean, by all means.
All right, guys. Well, I am here with Coach Logan. Coach, thank you for joining us on the Lobo Hockey Network. Coach, talk to us about your opponent tonight. What are you going to be seeing against Air Force?
Well, right now they're the number one team in the nation. I think they've scored the most goals of any team as well, and they've got the leading scorer in the nation. They do a good job of getting pucks to the net. They, they play fast, they skate hard, they shoot. We got to be disciplined. We got to do a good job of keeping pucks on the outside, not let them getting opportunities inside the house defensively, getting back as well. So,
what has been the focus for you all week, getting these guys ready to try and stop that kind of scoring attack?
For sure. An emphasis on stick on puck. Against a shooting team, you want to take away time and space, not give them time to skate in, time to shoot. So stick on puck, doing a good job of angling them to the outside, and getting back pressure from our forwards. That would be an emphasis.
So what did you guys practice on from the Arizona State now that you're going into this game? So what's the difference between an Arizona State squad and an Air Force squad?
Quite honestly, I was pretty impressed with Air Force a couple weeks ago. We're expecting a pretty similar weekend. I thought Air Force was pretty well coached. This team will be as well. We got to score more goals. We're doing we've only let in 8 goals this year. That's pretty good. We got to keep that up, but we got to do a better job of taking away their goalie's eyes in front of the net, banging home rebounds, and just generating more traffic. We worked a lot on that and a lot on just scoring goals in general, on 2-on-1s, 1-on-1s. So hopefully that pays off.
All right, Coach, thank you. Good luck to you in the game. We'll see you after the game. All righty, gentlemen, back to you in the broadcast booth.
We appreciate you, Josh. Great job down there. I really am excited that we have this component out in the broadcast.
It was something we were hoping to have the camera up as well. It would have been nice, but tech will get resolved for tomorrow for that. But I think the coach touched on a lot of great points that we've emphasized even on the broadcast over the last couple of weeks. We all know their discipline issues. That will hurt them against a high-scoring team. But one of the things I think he touched on and that I know it has been striking a chord with me is more traffic in front of the net. Let's be real here. This UNM team has so many great shooters. But if you have a good goalie on the other side, like we've seen the first weeks through the season here at home, sometimes that goalie is going to stop every good shooter you have on the ice. So you have to put traffic in front. You have to get bodies in front of the net, create those rebounds. It's not always the pretty goals that are going to win you a game. It's going to be the dirty goals. And I think, I'm looking forward to the matchup tonight. I think it's just going to be such an exciting game to watch.
It stated was discipline, and we see it with every Air Force team, whether it's in hockey or in the Mountain West with basketball, with baseball, with football. Air Force is a very disciplined squad, and obviously that having something to do with going to the academy. We see it with the Army academies as well and Navy. But can UNM, keep their composure? Because, honest, Air Force usually, and even going back to last year, really doesn't bend much. Or if they get frustrated, they really don't know how to show it in a way that UNM would like.
Yeah, absolutely. I think a lot of that is the mental fortitude, right? Like, that is a big proponent of a team like Air Force. They know even if they're down, they have that ability to come back in a game, very similar to ASU last week. So, I think there's going to be a lot of similar themes between the two teams that we had here 2 weekends ago and then this team. I think, to Coach Logan's point, I think this team has a lot more firepower. But I personally am very excited to see how the lines that he changed up into night 2 or the second game 2 weekends ago. I'm interested to see how that translates forward, or if he goes back to what worked with the Weaver, Genshaw, Payson line, or if he keeps them split up and goes with Nick Weaver with Chance Shanks. I thought that was a great combo. I rate Nick Weaver massively. I think he's such an intelligent hockey player. He plays both ends so well. Such an offensively gifted player, but he can do the hard work in his own defensive zone. So I think that's something Coach Logan touched on as well, is those forwards, you have one, you have two. When they're back checking, they need to make sure that they're putting pressure on that high man, that third man from Air Force to limit the chances for UNM against them tonight.
We have a good one in store here at the base of the Sandia Mountains here in beautiful Albuquerque tonight, as Mountain West rivals in majority of sports, but more regional rivals face off tonight at the Outpost. And as the clock winds down, we're going to turn it over to our PA announcer for starting lineups and the national anthem. This is UNM Hockey on the Lobo Hockey Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the Outpost Ice Arena for tonight's ACHA divisional matchup between the United States Air Force Falcons and your University of New Mexico Lobos. At this time, please welcome the starting lineup for the Falcons, coached by Colton Lehman, Tanner Cook, and Tim Warte. In goal, number 30, Raymond Picard. On defense, number 46, Axel Keller. On defense, number 3, Misha LaChapelle. On the left wing, number 6, Nick Hastings. On the right wing, number 18, Spencer Anderson. And at center, number 7, Jake Valleyway. And now, it's time to howl and get loud for your University of New Mexico Lobos. Starting in goal for the Lobos from Dallas, Texas, number 33, Matt McKiernan. On defense from Corrales, New Mexico, number 64, Tristan Collier. From Los Alamos, New Mexico, number 71, Jared Carr. On the left wing from Los Alamos, New Mexico, number 52, Tyler Weiss. On the right wing from Rio Rancho, New Mexico, number 90, Garrett McKinstry. And at center from Albuquerque, New Mexico, number 20, Wes Turon. The Lobos are coached by Logan Lemeron.
O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And we are back here, winding moments before puck drop here at the Outpost. Man, an exciting week here for UNM hockey as they welcome in the #1 team in the nation. And what a crowd here on hand tonight. Not an empty seat here at the Outpost tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be a jazzed up crowd for sure, especially with, like I said, the last game before UNM goes away for a couple weeks. They don't actually come back into the Outpost until early December. So I'm sure everyone's getting their last chance to see them before close to Christmas time. But very excited for this game. Very interested to see Coach Logan starting with his third line tonight. Getting out there with Garrett McKinstry, and then a couple of the other guys that have been impressing me a lot, Tyler Weiss, and I've thought that Turon. I apologize for the brain lapse there, but yeah, I'm very interested to see. The deep pairing makes a lot of sense to me. You want Tristan out there. He's one of your big trendsetters, the momentum setter in the game. He's going to level someone if he has the opportunity to early and help UNM get that early momentum.
We got a good one in store. Thank you for tuning in, and we are underway here in Albuquerque as UNM quick on shot on goal for the Lobos right away. And here comes Air Force the other way. They're moving to our right. There's going to be your left on the screen. A huge hit right here by the boards. The UNM bench very, very excited. Air Force still in possession. He's going to kick it over to number 3. Number 3 shot on goal just goes wide, and it's retained by the Lobos. Going to play back to the backboard, but Air Force gets the puck back. Missed opportunity there. Air Force regains possession. Going to go behind the net here. Shot in front of the goal. Cleared wide. Nobody home. And another try to go cross check here. Going to be played across number 6. Shot on goal. Just goes wide in front of the UNM net, and it's saved. And Air Force with early pressure on the Lobos after kind of a quick start for UNM. Counterattack was very well for the Air Force Falcons.
Yeah, speed is a big factor for Air Force. We can clearly see that already. But love the push there from UNM. Great job defensively, some great sticks in lanes, breaking up passes, but great start here both ways.
Face-off won by New Mexico. They're going to play it behind the net. And a lot of pressure from Air Force. Very physical game so far, and they're going to play it up the ice and stolen away by an Air Force defender. Going to play it forward. A huge check-in right for the Air Force bench. But another big hit in front of the UNM bench. My apologies. UNM will get the puck back. They're trying to reset here, but Air Force with constant pressure. And another huge hit. Air Force really laying down the hits, and they get the puck back here too. Oh, what an amazing pressure by the Falcons here, right in front of us.
Both teams definitely trying to assert physical dominance early. Get the puck going in the direction they want to, as it's a breakout here. And
Barnes going to take it all the way. Shot on goal just goes wide and go back to Air Force. They're playing across. Line change here for New Mexico as they're going to play it back here at center ice for the Lobos. Shot going to go just wide, just high, pardon me, and it's going to be played back behind the boards. Back to Air Force. Air Force really, really taking control of this puck here to start. They didn't have the factors that Arizona State does. They do play at altitude there in Colorado Springs at the Academy. UNM retaining possession. Shot just going to go wide behind the Air Force net. Played off the board, slapped back down by an Air Force player. Be played along the long side of the board. Here comes Air Force again the left side of the ice. A lot of traffic right now on the ice.
UNM's doing a great job, though, keeping the puck pressure in their offensive zone. That's going to wear Air Force down. That's what they need, some extended period of time in the offensive zone here.
No breathing room at all for either team right now. Here's a good opportunity for New Mexico. And there's that breathing room I'm talking about. No chances to really break away for anybody, as the defense on both sides for New Mexico as for the Air Force Academy, very tight on one another.
Yeah, very tight checking game. Both teams are playing the body really well and then using their sticks to remove the puck. So you can't really make an extra move here. You got to let the puck do a lot of the work so far early.
We're in store for a very chippy game here. There have been some huge hits already. UNM trying to get more opportunities, but very well maintained by the Air Force Academy. But they're going to turn it over at center ice. And here comes New Mexico now. It's going to be played back to the Air Force keeper, who's going to sit back and play it off to number 11 of Air Force. I apologize to our Air Force viewers. The roster we were given just has your guys' forwards on it and not really anybody else. Shot on goal for New Mexico. And it's Shea. That's shot on goal. Brought to you by number 19, Dane Whittet.
That's the kind of shot, though, that I think Coach Logan touched on in the pregame. You have a guy like Dane Whittet, who's a fantastic shooter of the puck. He needs to have more traffic in front of the net, create that extra screen, so that way if he does make a shot like that, there's a chance for a rebound or, maybe an extra dirty goal in there.
Face off here. One by Lobos, going to play it back. Air Force now getting the putt back. Center ice here. I feel like everything really to start this game has been around the original Ice Wolves logo here at center ice of the outpost, and it's going to be played right in front of us behind the UNM net. No breathing room for either one. Bad pass, shot on goal for Air Force. Just going to be deflected off a stick, an Air Force stick. And slipping and a sliding going on here for Lobos. And it's going to be played back into the Air Force zone.
Neutral zone's definitely clogged up for both teams. They're both realizing that they have speed to kill for both teams. There's a great interception there by UNM. Almost results in a good scoring chance.
Here comes Air Force again. Going to play it right behind the UNM net. And UNM gonna try and push forward here, but like we've been saying, there is no breathing room at all. This is a very physical game right off the bat.
Yeah,
UNM with a huge hit right in front of the goal, but here's a chance for Air Force now, pushing hard. They have numbers, and they're gonna just play it behind the UNM net. It's gonna be played right back in front of us. Missed shot gonna be played right over to the Air Force, across the blue line, back to center ice.
One thing I'm noticing very early on here from Air Force is the name of their game so far in the neutral zone is if they're coming through with speed, they're just trying to dump the puck and make UNM turn and make them go back behind their net and retrieve the puck and then break it out from there.
Air Force now trying to settle down, trying to get numbers here. The line change, but it's intercepted by New Mexico. They're going to push forward here on the right side. Shot on goal just off the goalkeeper, and it's going to go wide off the net. It's going to be retained by New Mexico and Air Force now, and it's going to go back to center ice for the Lobos as it's turned over by New Mexico back for the Air Force Falcons. Back to New Mexico, trying to settle down, get a nice pace going right now for the Lobos. And here we go, nice fast break. Here we go, folks. push down the right side, and Air Force going to get it right back. No numbers for Air Force. They're just trying to create heavy pressure to get the numbers forward. And they're going to play it right again, right behind the UNM goal. Lobos have plenty of numbers, but a bad turnover right in front of the net. Chance for Air Force here on the left side, right in front of the net, being bounced around. Air Force regained possession. Pardon me. Shot on goal, and it's in, and it's 1-0 to the Air Force Falcons at 14:21 here in the first period.
You let a guy wheel around too much in your own zone. He wheels up to the top of the paint here and then just rifles one past Max. A beautiful shot, you have to say, from Air Force there. Just beats Max, but from a UNM standpoint, you can't let a guy skate around like that. You got to stay close to him, put a little bit of pressure on him, let him know you're there. Stick taps, just make sure he's aware. And if he might give up the puck, but there was nothing of that on that defensive chip, and it ends up in the back of the net.
An absolute rifle from Air Force as UNM looks to maintain composure. Another big hit on the Lobos, and Air Force looking to get a second one here right away, but the Lobos really trying to settle down as big hits keep being landed by the #1 team in the nation right now on New Mexico. Ball going to be played forward to center ice, won back by Air Force, who's really played most of this period in UNM ice. Lobo's not really liking that, and neither are the Lobo faithful here at the outpost, as it just kind of got quiet. Another big hit at center ice, and we're going to have a penalty here. And let's see.
Yeah, we'll be going against Air Force. A little bit of a trip against, I believe that was Coulter Barnes that got pulled down by one of the Air Force players. But I've definitely liked some of the defensive pinches here from UNM. They're doing a great job of, taking away some of that puck from Air Force and not letting them get clean entries into the zone. So this will be a great chance for UNM to get back into this game. Maybe get it back to 1-1 with your best unit out there on the power play 1.
Lobos did get a few goals against Arizona State on the power play, and defensively have been really good on the power play too. It's going to be played behind the Air Force net here. Still maintained by UNM. 1-0 Air Force if you're just joining us. Shot on goal by New Mexico, blocked, but the Lobos keep it in possession on their side on the Air Force side of the ice, and Air Force trying to get bodies forward, and it's just going to go right behind the UNM goal. It's going to be kicked around a little bit by the Lobos. The Lobos trying to get numbers reset here as they're going to push forward for this power play. 1-0 Falcons with 13:20 left in this first period. Shot going to be played just along the backboards of the Falcons net as the Lobos really seem a little discombobulated right now.
It's hard. I mean, like I said, Air Force does a good job of clogging up the neutral zone. You see the pressure there by, I believe that's Kleinman, the goal scorer for Air Force. He just does a great job putting puck-side pressure on. And it's making UNM make that extra move, which is removing the puck from them because they're just making a good defensive play from there.
Here comes the Lobos. 1 minute remaining in the power play here for New Mexico. New Mexico out shooting Air Force. 4 shots on goal to 2. But the one stat that matters is the one that is in the back of the net for the Falcons, as this power play is winding down now for New Mexico. And the Air Force Falcons looking to get a huge power play kill here. Line change for New Mexico. Just in front of the UNM bench. We'll see if they have one last gas here on the power play. Going to be played to the left side of the ice. Be played back, still in the UNM goal now. UNM side, played to center ice. We played over to the left side, right across the boards. And it's going to be played right back around, and this should get Air Force back to full strength. A missed opportunity there. Really sloppy play in net. But here come the Lobos with numbers pushing forward now. Weaving through traffic, going to put no, he's not going to put a shot on goal, just going to go in front of the goal. No shot was taken. And Air Force back to full strength now, as again, it's going to be played along the board. Shift change incoming for New Mexico, as Air Force looks to resettle here and get men forward. Very well attacking pressure by the Falcons. In all honesty, we are right here on the right side of the ice. It's going to be the left side for you on television. And pretty much all we've seen are these white and blue jerseys right in front of us.
Yeah, they do a great job there of stripping the puck away, as he gets a fantastic shot there, number 25 from Air Force. They're just playing high, 2 guys high in the defensive zone and making UNM make that first move, and then they're just killing the pressure, killing that player with pressure.
They're really trying to bait UNM into trying to push forward really hard. when they don't have men forward, and the Lobos are taking that bait so far, and Air Force is just getting the turnovers here. Another shift change for New Mexico. We played behind the UNM net. They're looking to push forward now. Back to center ice, past the blue line into the Air Force zone. Controlled by Air Force, going to play it back across the right side of the boards, back to New Mexico. Lobos really looking to get something cooking here. It's kind of stagnant right now, kind of moving a little bit like pond water, I guess you could say, at the moment.
And that's just a full credit to Air Force. That's the way they're playing right now. That, like I said, they're pushing one guy high to put pressure on UNM, and then they've got two guys that are in the neutral zone just waiting for them to make that pass, and then just suffocating UNM from there. You see, one guy here push up, and then it's going to be dished across as Connor Brown accidentally loses the puck there.
We're seeing it even on the shift change. Maybe not the best timing for a UNM shift change, and Air Force seizes the opportunity to try pushing forward there. Luckily, UNM able to get their line change, out there right away, so it could stop what could have been a very, very uneven Air Force attack here. Here comes Air Force again in the Lobo zone, shot on goal, and it's back in. And just like that, 2 quick goals for the Falcons. And it is 2-0 with 9:47 remaining in the first period here.
Yeah, it was a little bit hard for Max there. He has a guy streaking down the backside there, and the extra D on the backside there for UNM. I didn't catch a number on who it was, but just doesn't see that guy streaking down the right-hand side of the wing, and then he's left open. A great feed there from Air Force across to the guy, and he just makes a nifty little move on Max, and it's in the back of the net for a 2-0 Air Force lead.
A disastrous start, to say the least, for the Lobos here. But how do you respond? Obviously, it's a long game. It's 2-0, and usually 2-goal leads are very hard to defend in hockey and in soccer, too, because you feel like the team that has scored the 2 goals, now they have cushion. They're going to play back a little more. But we'll see how Air Force responds here. Kind of park the bus, per se. Here's a good chance for UNM in front of the Air Force bench, and Air Force in front of the Air Force net. Air Force going to quell any chance of a UNM attack here, but it's won right back by the Lobos, and it's be played across line to the blue line. And here comes Air Force. UNM really, really seeming out of their element right now, really playing from behind for the first time since that Arizona game in the third period. But this is the first period, not the third period. And a huge hit right behind the UNM net. Another one right in front of the bench, right in front of us here in the booth. Another shot on goal for Air Force is going to go just wide. The UNM defense kind of lax here, able for the Air Force player, as they're fighting for the puck right in front of us. Really a stalemate right in front of us, folks.
Great puck battle in front of us as Nick Weaver and one of the Air Force players are tangled up in front of us. But a nice little breakout there to at least relieve some of the pressure from UNM's side.
Jake Ballway was the Air Force player, and you saw him get up. He loved that. Here comes UNM with a good chance here. And Air Force, a very physical and, as we said, disciplined team. We're seeing it right away. And here comes Air Force again to the Lobo zone. Shot on goal, saved by Max. And we played back to a UNM defender. Puck going to be played forward into the Air Force zone, but controlled by the Falcons easily. And here they come again past center ice, past the blue line now. Right here on the right side, streaking quickly. Shot on goal, and it is in! It is in, and rather quickly. 7:57 left in the first period. And it is 3-0 Air Force.
And that was Kleinman again. He just streaks in over the right-hand side, just beats the UNM defender clean, just with speed, and then drives it right to the net. Quick little forehand, backhand, and chips it over the pads of Max. And it looks like Sam's going to be entering the game as Max Knight's done with 3 goals on 6 shots. An unfortunate night for him. I don't think he's to blame at all tonight with that. I think it's, so far, to your point earlier, I think it's just UNM's kind of getting outclassed a little bit in the speed and the intensity that Air Force is showing so far early in this game.
Not the start, the Lobo faithful here, and it is quiet here at the outpost.
Yeah, but 1 goal turns that, right? I think if you're the coaching staff, you're just going to preach to your players. You know the way you need to play. Get the pucks in deep, start creating a good forecheck, get some cycle time and some offensive time in.
Quite frankly, there really haven't been any stoppage in play either. So Air Force has really just been running at their own speed here this entire game. UNM hasn't had a chance to breathe. This really, with the goalie change as Sam's now in goal. The Los Alamos native shot on front of the goal, and it's in! There's the 1 goal back for New Mexico, and the crowd here at the Outpost rise to their feet. 7:28 left in the first. UNM gets one back. It's now 3-1 Air Force.
And there's two of the usual culprits in Zach Genshaw and Seth Payson that team up to create a fantastic goal. Good job by Marcus Trujillo as well. He does a great job in front of the net, gets that extra shot. It bobbles around, and then there's Seth Payson on the side of the net ready to bury that one, and he will not miss from there. Fantastic job by UNM. We just touched on it. They needed a goal to get this crowd back into this game, and that's just going to do that.
When we started this broadcast, and if I would have told you with 7 minutes still left to play in the first period, there would be 4 goals scored already, I don't think I would have even believed myself.
Well, especially after last time out, we thought it was going to be 2 high-powered offenses, and it was kind of like, a stalemate in a lot of regards. But, here tonight we're already getting a lot of scoring chances from both teams. Very, very suffocating in the neutral zone. But when one team does get a chance in the offensive zone, they're not missing. And if you're UNM, you just need to make sure you're defending well, and then you will get your offensive zone chances here later on in this game to tie it up, hopefully.
It seems like UNM has a little more pep in their step, as here's a turnover in front of the Lobo net, but here comes New Mexico trying to get numbers forward, trying to recoup here and settle down, as they have gotten one back. And here we go, UNM pushing forward into the Air Force zone. It's going to be stolen back by the Falcons, regained by New Mexico. We played over to the left side of the boards. And I apologize, folks, we really can't see much in this corner here where the puck was played, but New Mexico still maintains possession here at center ice. Shot on goal, just going to go just wide. That shot from center ice, kind of risky there. No one was home really for a tap-in after, but if you saw his opportunity to take the shot.
I think he's just trying to get the puck in and then, make Air Force play it out of their zone, get some extra pressure in, maybe get a bad turnover, and then UNM's there to pounce on it and get a chance. But, I think so far we've seen a little bit of pushback here from UNM finally. They've woken up a little bit, especially after that last goal. So, I'm excited to see how this period ends, because I think if UNM can get one more, going into the period only down by at the end of the period only down by 1, I think that's going to give them the best chance to come back into this game.
And there was another opportunity right there in front of the Air Force net, as UNM really looking like a new team after that goal, maintaining possession more, being more defensively heavy and pressure-wise for the Lobos, and the Lobos can play back into their own zone. Resetting. Going to be played forward to center ice. Another big hit. We've been seeing a lot of huge hits. I wouldn't really say huge hits, very physical hits by Air Force in this game so far.
Yeah, I definitely think Air Force has probably been the team that I've seen the most hit UNM. ASU last week, they had a couple hits, but nowhere near as physical throughout the entirety of the game. Air Force is just on UNM from start to finish, hitting them, finishing every check. It's quite a thing to see.
Here's a good opportunity for New Mexico. Puck going to be played forward. No one home as the puck is played back to the blue line. And here comes Air Force. 1-on-2 here with 2 New Mexico Lobos. And to be played behind the UNM net. Lobos trying to push it back forward. And they will. They'll be past the blue line, back to center ice, regain possession by the Falcons.
UNM's done a good job, though, of keeping the shifts short. They're making sure that they're only staying out for 45 to a minute. Keeping fresh legs. You're going to need that towards the end of the third period.
It's already been a very physical shot on goal. And we'll finish that thought. Another shot on goal, and it's in! It is in, and folks, it is 3-2. Holy Toledo. What a start to this game. And there's that one you said UNM needs to get back now. 4:43. Can they get an equalizer before the period?
I think anything's possible. I mean, I was hoping for one in the next 6 minutes when I said that, but just a fantastic job. It's that line again. Genshaw, Payson, and Marcus Trujillo that were out there. They did a fantastic job. Beautiful move by Zach Genshaw there around one of the Air Force defenders, drives to the net, and then they get a rebound goal, and it's back to 3-2, and they've got life again in this period.
This is one of the most insane periods I have ever seen in all my years watching hockey. And I'm a Sharks fan, and I've seen some pretty crazy stuff there on the ice. And this is unbelievable. 5 goals scored, and there are still 4 minutes left. Here's another shot for Air Force, but UNM with great defensive pressure now. As I say that, they turn the ball over in front of their net. And puck can be played forward. Another hit on the Lobos, and here comes Air Force.
Beautiful move there by Dane Witter. Gets the puck out into the neutral zone.
won back by the Falcons. Going to just go right back to the UNM net. The Los Alamos native now in goal. Really hasn't been tested quite yet, as UNM has really changed chapters here. And, you looking more like the Falcons did to start the game. Really shooting out of a cannon after that third goal.
Yeah, you can see UNM's made a nice little change here in this period. They're letting that one high guy push them, and they're just making one quick move around him or a quick short pass, and then they're able to break out of the zone pretty cleanly. There's a bad turnover there. Leads to some extended Air Force pressure.
Shot on goal, saved by Sam. Puck still in front of the net. And it is saved. So a little extracurricular activity going on. What do you expect from a team like this? But two teams like this.
Yes, absolutely.
This game is unbelievable right now, folks.
Both teams love the physicality, but what a fantastic save there by Sam Fisher. He hasn't been tested, to your point, and then what does he do? Stands on his head for the first shot he sees. So great job there by Sam.
Looking like the Sam Fisher we saw in the Arizona State game 2 Saturdays ago. I keep wanting to say last Saturday. It feels so recently. Puck can be played alongside the boards here. Won by New Mexico. And Air Force with 2 men in the zone. Going to get the puck back. Another hard hit alongside of the boards there. Here come the Falcons now trying to get someone in front of the net, but they could not quite yet. Re-won by the Falcons. Air Force going to push forward again. Another shot on goal, but saved by the UNM defenders. Puck dropped back down, and here come the Lobos pushing forward here on the left side. But there's that pesky Air Force defense yet again, trying to get the puck back in front of the UNM net, and they do. They're going to be played over to the left side of the boards. Puck can be played forward, shot on goal, saved by a UNM defender here. And UNM trying to push it forward, get numbers forward. Got a 2-on-4 here for New Mexico. Puck going to be just played forward so UNM can get some fresh legs in there. Puck now behind the Air Force bench, behind the net, pardon me. And here come the Falcons again. Center ice pushing forward, but they got nobody home. And Lobo's going to push it forward again, right back to a Falcon. And it's going to be played back past the UNM blue line. Check up against the board, back to center ice. And now we're starting to see more of a game played more at center ice than at one zone of one end of the rink. As I say that, UNM with another shot on goal, going to be saved. Air Force pushing numbers forward, trying to get some momentum, but UNM trying to snuff it out here. Obviously, momentum has been in their favor now after going down 3 early, getting 2 back right away. If you're just joining us, well, you've missed a lot already. There's 1:35 left here in the first period, and it is 3-2. Air Force got off to a 3-goal lead early, but the Lobos have come storming back. And momentum solely on UNM's side here as they're getting more fresh legs back here and be played back into the UNM zone. Puck played over to the right side of the rink, pushing forward, right behind the Air Force net. You can be played back by the Falcons, but the Lobos with constant pressure back into their zone. Air Force trying to get a man over here. Got to be careful here. UNM has been pretty sloppy in this game with turnovers in this area for the Falcons, and they've taken opportunities, 2 goals in this zone off of turnovers for the Lobos as we are under a minute. 10 shots on goal for each team. It is 3-2. We have had a goalie change.
It's had everything this period for sure. Hits, great goals, great passes, great attempts from both sides. It's been a fantastic end-to-end period so far. I've loved every minute of it. I hope everyone at home has as well.
This has been a fantastic hockey so far. Thank you for joining us on a Friday night here on the UNM Hockey Network. And UNM trying to clear it out. 25 seconds left. They're trying to get one more shot. Can they get an equalizer before they go into the dressing room? Fresh legs here for New Mexico. Good shot, good opportunity. Shot going to go just wide as it'll be played right in front and goal. Puck is being bounced around. And another chance for UNM. 10 seconds left now. And like you said, how do they feel going back? Just down 1 now. It looks like they're going to go back down to the dressing room. It's going to be 3-2 as the horn sounds. End of the first period. Oh, doctor, folks. We've had 5 goals. It is now 3-2. How do you think they're feeling going back to the locker room
I
right
think
now?
they're feeling a lot better than they were halfway through that period for sure. But, I think they've got a lot of good things they can build off. They started a lot with the pressure and, that offensive zone time in that second half of that period. I don't think the coaching staff's going to be awfully happy that he had to pull one of his goalies, but I do think there are some positives. this is just two good teams playing against one another. You can't start slow, and unfortunately UNM did, but I thought they had great fight to come back in that second half of that first period.
Don't go anywhere. Second period action coming up here at the base of the Sandias here at the Outpost. It's UNM Hockey on the UNM Lobo Hockey Network here on YouTube. God, it felt like an awkward Welcome back to the Outpost. What a crazy first period we just endured. If you're just joining us, second period here, it's 3-2. UNM went down early 3-0, but 2 goals by the Cherry and Silver brought it back into this. Shot on goal there to start the second period, and it is 3-2 as we stand.
There was a fantastic. Sam with a great save there, but it was a fantastic start there from Air Force, and UNM does a great job to get back into that period. There's interference call against one of the Air Force players, I believe.
It was a hard hit in the Lobo zone right behind their blue line.
But this is a great chance for UNM. I mean, we talked about it. You know, they fought back really well at the end of the first period there. They got those 2 late goals, get it within touching distance, and now the power play unit comes out. This has been a phenomenal part of UNM's game throughout the season so far. This top power play unit, Chance Shanks out there, obviously Nick Weaver, Seth Payson and Genshaw, and then you got Dame Whitted up on the point, who's done a fantastic shot.
Face-off won by New Mexico in the Air Force zone. Shot on goal, saved.
Yeah, there was a fantastic little play there at the point, and Dane gets a great shot, but as Coach Logan's saying, not enough traffic in front of the net there to help out his...
And like we were saying earlier, really shots on goal, but no one's really there to tap it in home. Seems like no Lobos are there when any crosses come through in front of the Air Force net.
You just got to make it hard for the goalie to see where it's coming from. You know, it doesn't have to be the world's greatest shot, but if the goalie can't see it, he's not going to be able to make that clean save off it. So that's the biggest component of it.
Here comes UNM, a lot of pressure, and it looks like a brand new team coming out of the dressing room here. And of course, the power play has a lot to do with it. Shot on goal, and it's in! It's in! It's in! It's 3-3! It's 3-3! Holy Toledo!
There's Seth Payson again. He has had an incredible night so far already, but we saw it so many times a couple weeks back. He just has that absolute laser beam from the right face-off dot. Lifts it right above the Air Force goalie's glove, and we have a tight hockey game here early in the second period.
This game is unreal, and the crowd here in the Outpost have come alive after being down 3-0 early in the first period. The Cherry and Silver have come storming back. It's 3-3. UNM not looking to trying to get a fourth one, and it's just going to go over, hit the net behind the Air Force zone.
What a beautiful shot there. We had such a great angle to watch that, but he just walks in, has all time as well, and he just literally picks his corner wide as a pass. It was such a great shot, and we had such a great vantage point to watch that go in. But to your point, UNM keeps the pressure up. They got another offensive zone start here to maybe put another one in the back of the net.
Top shelf for UNM. The puck's gonna be played into the UNM zone. Here comes Air Force now playing in the UNM zone. Air Force now. How do you think what's going through their minds? Up 3 early. And now it's 3-3.
To your point in the pregame, you touched on discipline. I think you touched on mental fortitude as well. I don't expect this to be a team that's going to panic. I think they'll come back and they'll start focusing on what worked well for them early in that first period. They'll maintain some pressure and get some good forecheck going. But UNM's done a great job. They're putting a lot of pressure back on Air Force. They're making them make the... Oh, it was a bad turnover there.
Bad turnover here in the Lobo zone. Air Force looking to get a shot on goal, but nothing's going to come of it. Air Force still maintaining possession. Puck played right in the front. Nothing, nada, no one home, and here comes the Lobos. They're trying to push forward. It's 1-on-4, 2-on-4, shot on goal just wide. And looking for that fourth for the Lobos as it's still 3-3. Puck can be played back into the UNM zone. And like I also touched on in the pregame, we're really not seeing any emotion from Air Force. You know, whether that's the military academy discipline, and I'm pretty sure that's what it is. No emotion from the Falcons after giving a 3 unanswered. Shot on goal. Oh, it almost goes in. Puck being played right in front. Oh, my goodness. UNM really bringing the house right now against this Air Force backline. Shot on goal. Going to go just wide again.
Jack Kaufman really, really unlucky there. Has a fantastic job. Oh, it was a great tip there from Chan Sanks in front. But, yeah, Jack Kaufman with a great effort there in front. Nice little one-timer and really unlucky not to beat the Air Force goaltender there.
3-3. Air Force went up 3 early, and UNM has scored 3 unanswered to tie it back, 2 in the first period, and 1 on a power play to start the second period. And if you're just joining us for whatever reason, I know there's high school football going on in New Mexico, but man, have you missed a show.
Good thing you can go back and watch it on YouTube.
Yes, and thank you for joining us on YouTube on the UNM Hockey Network here. The live chat, tell us where you're watching from tonight and why you're watching, whether you're just a Lobo fan, an Air Force fan, or you just like hockey here in the 505. Let us know where you're watching from tonight.
UNM's done a great job. I think they've taken away a lot of what Air Force was doing in that first period. Just get pucks deep, start creating some extra pressure, and then, you know, Air Force is creating some uncanny turnovers, and it's allowing UNM to get some extra offensive zone pressure, as we see a great job here by UNM.
As the turnovers, UNM seemed to have 2 of the Air Force goals were off of huge turnovers in front of the UNM net, and Air Force cashed in on those opportunities. And Air Force now looking for a 4th goal, trying to go back in front. Shot going to go just wide. Battle for the puck along the board. It's going to go right behind the UNM net. Puck going to be played forward now by the Lobos. Maintained by Air Force. Going to be high up in front of the Lobo net. And one thing we also got to remember with kind of little upsy passes like that is the roof here is low here at the outpost. We saw it last game against Arizona State that it can hit the roof and kind of stops any forward momentum that you're trying. Here comes Air Force pushing hard. They have number shot on goal, and it's saved! Holy Toledo! What a huge, huge save by the Los Alamos native yet again, Sam Fisher.
And Sam really active there, comes out, takes away any shooting lane that the Air Force player there has. I believe it was number 11, that was Holm, and he had a fantastic shot, but Sam's been so strong here and late in that first period and then early in this second period so far.
He came on in a time where the UNM defense was really discombobulated, and you know, obviously there were other changes that were made, but the one of the having Sam Fisher in goal, it seems like as soon as Sam came in, everything has kind of settled down for the Lobos. Here comes New Mexico again, trying to get numbers forward, but Air Force going to maintain possession at center ice. Going to be played behind the UNM net. And UNM trying not to turn the puck back over in this zone, but they have numbers pushing forward as we kicked away by Air Force back to New Mexico. And they're just going to play it back. So they get a new fresh leg. Puck going to be dropped, retained by Air Force. And here they come, pushing hard on the left side of the ice. Going to be right in front of the net. Back to number 5 for Air Force. Shot on goal goes just wide. Another shot on goal again goes just wide. Air Force now bringing the pressure yet again like we saw in that first period.
Yeah, they've done a great job. They've settled down a little bit after that UNM pressure, and they're just starting to hold the puck in the zone, you know, getting those smart shots to the front of the net. Both teams playing a very similar style, and you have to feel like this is going to be a tug-of-war game. You know, back and forth between both teams. They're going to wrestle momentum each way, and it's going to be who's the last man standing that's going to win this game.
3-3 tie right here. It has been unbelievable here at the base of the Sandias at the outpost. And Air Force now in the UNM zone, right in front of the goal. They had an opening on the UNM left side of the net, but no one was home to tap it in. And a problem that we've been seeing with the Lobos is no one was there home. Sam left a wide open hole, but luckily no Falcon in sight. Air Force trying to push the puck forward. We got a 1-on-3 trying to get bodies forward so it evens out, and now they do. And it's going to be played behind the UNM net. A lot of hitting, shot on goal, trying to wrap around. Back to Air Force, another shot on goal.
I believe the net came off its mooring there, but you know, that line for Air Force that's out right now, it's got Kleiman on it. He's been one of the big reasons why Air Force is up has scored 3 in this game so far. You know, he had the great shot early in the first period, and then he has that nifty move around the outside to make it 3-0 at the time. But if you're UNM, that's the line you have to focus on. You really haven't seen too much offensive chances from any other lines. So if I'm UNM, I'm targeting that line. I'm going to put my best defenders out against that line And bear with us, viewers at home. We are experiencing some technical difficulties. We apologize. We'll try to do our best to get it all remedied as soon as possible.
Air Force going to have it in their blue line. Shot on goal goes just wide here on the left side of the ice. And Air Force going to maintain possession. Going to be played behind the UNM net along the boards. Air Force maintaining possession. And again, folks, bear with us as we're working out the camera issues here at the outpost.
Just like the hockey team, we got to battle through some adversity every now and then.
They never said it was being easy. Being a broadcaster would be easy. Air Force with a good chance in front of the goal. Saved by New Mexico. Here come the Lobos pushing forward. They got a good chance here. Shot on goal goes just wide. Saved off the keeper's stick. And as the Air Force going to get numbers forward now at the blue line. Bad turnover there, but way one back by the Falcons into the UNM zone. But the Lobos going to settle. Hit alongside the right side of the boards. We're going to have a face-off. Pardon me, we're going to have a face-off in the Air Force zone.
It's been a great period so far. Both teams back and forth here so far. You know, the damaging one here of Genshaw, Weaver, and Jack Kaufman is out for UNM, so we'll see if they're able to create another offensive opportunity here to maybe put UNM up 4-3.
The face-off was won by the Lobos initially, but Air Force got possession. We got a whistle here. It's going to be icing out on the play.
I think this is the best opportunity for UNM. You know, you're not really playing top line against top line. You know, this line is so talented offensively. Make sure they get the lion's share of offensive zone times. Get the puck to the net. Let their offensive ability create some chances for you.
And we have video back, folks. Thank you for bearing with us. We do appreciate you guys and your support here. Puck can be played back into the into the Air Force zone. Battle behind the Air Force net. And this is where UNM has turned the puck over, and now we're seeing Air Force get a little sloppy with the puck right here in front of us, in front of the boards, behind their own net. And it's been, it's been a tale of, I wouldn't even say two periods, more of two halves of periods. You can split this up with 11 minutes left in the second period. There have been 6 goals scored by both teams. It's 3-3. Shots on goal goes 16-15 in favor of the Falcons. Probably played on the left side of the boards here. Going to be on your right side of the screen. Thank you again for joining us and bearing with us through these technical difficulties here on the UNM Lobo Hockey Network. We thank you for tuning in tonight. Here comes UNM now. Good shot. Good chance in front of the Air Force zone. Shot on goal going to be played back by the Air Force keeper. Oh, dangerous chance there for the Lobos as they get the puck back and be played behind the Air Force net. Looking for a man in front of the net. There is nobody home. Still battling for it on the right side and be played forward. And we're seeing a lot of hard hits. Not so much hard hits, but hits that are going to, trip you up a little bit more and really. Oh, here comes Air Force now. They got numbers forward. Saved by Sam. He's going to knock it away. Yeah. Oh, Sam Fisher. Thank goodness for Sam Fisher, huh?
He's been fantastic. He's been up to every single task so far. You can't say enough about him. To come in cold and still play as well as he has is just such a fantastic job he's shown so far.
Shot goes wide, just wide for Air Force. And like you said, Sam came in really cold. There's a there's a glove on the ice. Obviously, it's a Falcon now as he picks it up. Another kind of stalemate, kind of battling for the puck, but it is won by Air Force. Now they got numbers pushing forward, but it's knocked away by a Lobo. Going to be on the left side of the boards. And here come the Lobos now. They got numbers pushing forward. Momentum going this way. Going to chance on goal. Going to play forward. And it's going to be just tripped up by the Air Force Falcons. And they're going to play it all the way back into the UNM zone. The crowd, you can feel it here. You can really feel it here as UNM got numbers going forward. They want their Lobos to have the lead for the first time in this game.
Yeah, today. I think the crowd was rising there. I think they all thought Chance might shoot that. And, I definitely, if I'm him there, I probably would have liked him to have a shot. I think the pass across there, he tries to feed Nick Weaver, just unlucky. puts him in a weird position for Nick. But I think Chance needs to shoot a little bit more, get pucks on net. He has a great shot. He's got to utilize it.
Puck in the Air Force zone. Again, we're seeing more and more as the period goes on, more of these kind of, I want to say, stalemate battles along the boards. Here come the Falcons now. They have numbers going forward. Shot on goal going just wide. Be played back alongside. Air Force maintaining possession now behind the UNM net. And no need to fear, the Lobos are here. And they're going to retain possession.
Yeah, both teams, though, switching to a puck side pressure. You can see here as the Air Force player comes across. They're both just trying to cut off that puck carrier, and it's causing all kinds of mayhem for both teams. You can see, turnovers are plenty. I think that's been the biggest thing that we've noticed throughout this period is both teams turning over the puck in the neutral zone because of that puck side pressure.
Oh, really bad turnover for the Falcons. Oh, that could have been disastrous and a huge chance for the Lobos. But instead, the Falcons maintaining possession of the puck, trying to get people pushing forward. Shot on goal, going to go just off Sam, and it's going to be played forward into the Air Force zone. Puck was deflected, and here come the Falcons now. As we're seeing more and more hard hits, I'm sure you're hearing it. Turnover for the Falcons now, but we're right back to Air Force. They're going to push forward past center ice now. They got a man on the left side. Shot on goal, going to go just saved, knocked down by New Mexico. So they're trying to get more momentum pushing forward. Now we're kind of seeing more of a, I want to say, park the bus. I apologize to, maybe our viewers that don't watch soccer, but park the bus, really more defensive pressure with your chance. When you get your chance to really push forward, you take it, but more of a laying back defensively. I feel like we're seeing more and more of that from UNM in the zone. Shot on goal, and it's going to be knocked away by the Air Force keeper.
I think UNM's just playing a smarter game defensively in their own zone. They're not over chasing. They're not trying to do too much. They're just playing it smart, taking away passing lanes and using their sticks and their bodies to remove the puck.
Good shot on, good chance there for the Lobos. As again, it's being battled, going to be played right back in front of us. Shot on goal going just wide, and it's going to rim across the boards and the glass. It's going to be knocked down to a Falcon. Puck going to be played forward. They got a man on the left and the right side. Shot goes just wide. Puck going to be played behind the net. Air Force got 4 men in front of the net, 1 behind, as Lobos defense a lot of clogged up along the boards there. Now trying to get some space free. UNM doesn't have anyone in front of them. Now they do. It was all alone. It was 1 Lobo against 4 Falcons. You kind of guess who's going to win that battle every time.
Yeah, I think you just probably try to do a little bit too much there, Chance Jenks. I think the smarter play, just get it in and just let your team change and get fresh bodies on the ice here. As you pointed out earlier, though, Carlos, some more battles along the boards. Both teams just trying to clog it up and play that physical game.
We've seen goals aplenty in the first 2 periods. Now we've only seen 1 in this period. And now a more defensive battle. Kind of what I thought we would see this entire time. We have a whistle here on the ice now. Let's see what it's going to be now.
I think it's just... Actually, I don't even know what the call was. It's coming out. Penalty?
Can't quite tell. Shout out. Thank you for the shout out to the PA announcer for joining us, telling people to join on the UNM Lobo Hockey Network.
But, power play coming up here for UNM. They're going to send out the second line as the first line out was out there recently. But
if there was ever a time for the Lobos to get their 4th, it's here on the power play. They have gone 2 power play goals here of the 3 power plays they have been on. Very good success rate. And here we go in the Air Force zone. Face-off won by New Mexico, but they're going to have no choice but to play it back past the UNM blue line. Going to try and push it forward past center ice. Obviously, they have numbers with the power play. It's a 2-minute power play now for the Lobos. And here's a good shot off it. Falcons, shot going to go just wide. And UNM going to play back into their zone.
Yeah, just a little unlucky. They tried to save that in the offensive zone, but they couldn't. But this is, I would say, probably the more shooting-heavy power play unit out of the 2. I think the number 1 unit usually does a really good job of passing it around, but with guys like Tristan on the point and Barnes here at the other point, two great shooters, and they're heavy shooters as well. So they'll get that puck to that net. The bodies in front, I think, will do a good job of creating that traffic that UNM wants in front of the net against the Central goalies.
2 new legs on for the Lobos now, as they have just over a minute left in this power play. Trying to get that 4th goal, as it has been nothing short of a Rocky Mountain showdown here at the Outpost. It has been phenomenal.
And to your point earlier, this is going to be a team that's not going to get as tired as someone like ASU coming in. You can see these two teams, they're playing at such a fast, physical pace. They're both pretty gassed. There's a fantastic
Here's a good shot for UNM. Shot in front of the goal. Save! Oh, man. Good opportunity there. 30 seconds left on the power play. The Lobos trying to get a goal here, and Air Force trying to get a huge kill, but now they might get a shorthanded goal here in front of the net. Goes just wide. Battle across the boards. A little knockdown extracurricular activity. 17 seconds left, 16 seconds left. Here comes UNM pushing forward. It's 1-on-3. Back to the Lobos off a cleat. Going to be knocked down to an Air Force defender. Puck can be played forward to center ice. Still 5 seconds left in the power play, but it looks like an Air Force kill, and indeed it is. They're back to full strength. UNM had many good opportunities in that power play, just couldn't get it on frame.
Yeah, you got to get more pucks to the net. It's something we saw last week, the coaching staff emphasizing pucks on net.
Saved by Sam Fisher. What a save there. And to reiterate what we heard last week too is, gentlemen, just hit the net. Yeah. When UNM, when they have hit the net, they have created really good opportunities.
You don't have to get too fancy with it either. Just a simple shot to the net, just make sure it gets through. That's all you really need. And we saw that last week with Dane Whittett's goal. So, that's something I think UNM needs to work on, not only in the rest of this period, but in the third period as well.
Shot on goal just goes wide. Has Sam doing the splits right in front of the goal. And another battle along the boards here. Won by New Mexico, trying to kind of reset tempo here as they're going to push forward. We have 3:25 left here in the second period, and Air Force now going to push forward. It's a quite 1-on-3. Shot on goal, saved, puck still loose in front of the net. Going to be played forward, and it is going to be knocked away. And holy cow, the UNM defense comes up sturdy yet again.
They've been fantastic this period. I haven't given up too many great chances. Air Force has been pretty stifled this period for sure.
New legs out for New Mexico. Kind of a bad time. We got a whistle now.
Just went a little offside there from Air Force. But, yeah, I think the UNM defense has done a fantastic job in this period. They've made some great, alterations to their game plan that they clearly wasn't working in that first period. But I think they've done a great job keeping all of the shots to the outside and if they need to, just getting bodies in front of the net to remove those Air Force players.
Air Force now in the UNM zone, trying to get pressure. Shot going to go just wide, and it's going to go over the boards and into the little curling area that connects both the Ice Wolves rink and the Lobo hockey rink. And speaking of the Ice Wolves, they have fallen 2-1 tonight. They have lost 2-1, unfortunately. They were not here at the Outpost. They were on the road, but a 2-1 loss for the Ice Wolves. But they will be back here in Albuquerque soon, so support local hockey here.
Yeah, they'll be back next week. Here in Albuquerque, down in Shreveport right now, but great move here by Zach Entro. He's been fantastic tonight. He's made a fool out of a lot of these Air Force defenders with some of the moves he's made tonight. Some simple ones and then just beating guys with pure skill. So.
And we just saw Air Force kind of just show a little bit of frustration there with that hit right there. It has just been he's been all over the ice tonight. It really has been amazing to watch. We're going to face off here in the Air Force zone.
As the Nick Weaver and Chance Shanks line's out now with...
Here's your line.
Yeah, I think this is a good line, and it's one of those ones that you need to rely on. You've had a lot of scoring from the first line. This is one of the ones that I really would like to see them get a little bit more offensive zone time.
Here comes Air Force now. They got numbers going forward, but the UNM defense going to poke it away, and the puck going to be pushed forward. Back to center ice. Air Force going to maintain possession here. A very defensive battle here in the second period, and I guess now we can say it's a tale of two periods of lots of shots on goal and lots of goals and mayhem in the first period. Now only one goal and a really good defensive slugfest right now.
Yeah, and in a lot of ways, though, it still is a good offensive slug. It's just both teams are playing so well. As looks like we're going to have a penalty coming to UNM, so not something you want to see here towards the end of the period. I'm sure Coach Logan's not happy about that. We touched on it in the pregame. Discipline was going to be a big thing. Coach Logan touched on it as well. So this is not something you want to do, is give Air Force a chance to go into the second, or finish the second period in front. So if you're UNM, this is a moment you really want to make sure you kill as much time as possible and just make some smart decisions.
Penalty is against Chance Shanks of New Mexico, so he will be in the penalty box. And Air Force now in the power play, and it will go into the start of the third period. But UNM has been really good on these power plays, and they had really good opportunities 2 weeks ago against Arizona State to score shorthanded goals. Can they get a huge kill now is the question, with 1:25 left here in the second period. Air Force pushing number 4 back to their blue line. Back to in the UNM zone, going to be played back number 25 of Air Force. Ball, puck going to be played forward back to 46 here on the left side. Be played over to the left side, back to 46. 46, maintaining possession, shot goes just wide, and it's going to be cleared into the Air Force zone for the Air Force keeper.
That's a smart play there from UNM, though. Just get the puck out, dump it down, get some fresh legs on the ice, and help with your penalty kill. They've done a great job so far.
Little alley-oop, yeah. I guess, shot.
Almost a little blooper into center field there.
Sam with if we're going to make baseball references, with the Willie Mays catch there. Kind of just a little over the shoulder, nice little relaxed catch there. 57.2 seconds left here in the second period. We're going to have a face-off in the UNM zone, won by Air Force. Very dangerous here as they are on the power play. Minute left on the power play. Shot on goal. Going to be cleared away by UNM, and they're going to hit it in to the Air Force zone. And the UNM bench really loving that one now.
Yeah, fantastic job there by Connor Brown. Sorry to cut you off there.
Oh, no, by all means.
it was a great job. It's just a smart play by a veteran. Just get the puck down, kill off some extra time, and make sure Air Force doesn't get too many opportunities to attack here, as there's another one. Perfect play. Great way to kill a penalty here.
So as we referenced, here was a good chance for Air Force now. Air Force number 7 pushing forward. Shot going to go just wide, blocked by a UNM defender. Down the left side of the board, we have just about 10 seconds left here in the second period, and it looks like UNM and Air Force will go 3-3 back to the dressing room. UNM must be feeling good after getting that game-tying goal. And there we go, end of the second period. Oh, fasten seatbelts now. It's 3-3 going to the third.
It's very, very exciting third period for sure we're up for. I think UNM did a great job. I think that you score one goal, you don't give up. That's the perfect period if you're thinking things from a simplistic standpoint. So great job by UNM. Huge effort by Sam Fisher. I think he's been fantastic. One of the reasons they're still tied in this game as well.
The feeling going into the dressing room, obviously feeling different right now. And folks, don't go anywhere. More fireworks to come as we go into the third period.
Hey, real quick. Hey, this is Julian, the producer for the Lobo Hockey Network. I just wanted to say thank you so much for bearing with us with all those technical difficulties. Running this stuff isn't easy, I got to tell you. There's only 2 of us that are really in charge of the camera. Me, who is the producer of the whole thing, and then we have a cameraman up in the stands. So when stuff goes down, it's really hard to troubleshoot and figure out what's going on. But thank you so much for bearing with us. Your patience is definitely appreciated, and thank you so much.
And we appreciate all the work you do for us here, making sure that we're able to get a good broadcast in, and I'm sure everyone on YouTube appreciates you as well.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate you guys too.
Don't go anywhere. UNM Hockey on the UNM Lobo Hockey Network here on YouTube. Stay tuned for a very big third period. UNM and the number 1 team in the nation tied in Air Force 3-3 as we go into the third period.
Nice.
I feel that second period felt a lot more settled down for me.
You just gotta get in. Puck's deep, start working. You were fine, and you were.
Oh yeah.
You had a great first period anyway.
Yeah. Well,
get into the rhythm you want.
Obviously, they go up 3-0. I'm thinking, of course, this is how it's gonna go.
tough, hard man. Hard work. Literally, after the whole the computer thing, we plugged everything and it go off the system. So I had to re-plug everything in essentially. It's so stressful. You should have seen it our first year. It was even worse. Nothing worked.
There he comes.
And welcome back to the Lobo Hockey Network as we get ready for third period action here. It's been an intense game so far, to say the least, but an exciting third period ahead of us. I'm sure you're as jazzed up as I am, ready for this third period.
Oh, man, this third period is going to be unreal right now. We're just walking by these benches. The UNM bench is very, very excited. Fasten those seatbelts, folks. Here we go. Air Force will still have 12 seconds left on their power play from the second period. Faceoff is won by New Mexico. And they're looking just to kill this power play one last time. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. And the Lobos are back to full strength. And once again, the Lobo defense doing a great job killing power plays like they have all year. But they're not quite out of the woods yet. Here comes Air Force. Puck can be played across the boards. Trying to do a nice little cross check here. But here comes New Mexico pushing forward. Across center ice. Past the red line. Oh, a huge, huge hit. Air Force stick goes flying. And UNM now with the puck trying to push forward, but they're just going to play it back into their own zone.
Probably not someone you want to take a run-out chance. He's a very, very strong skater, and he loves the physicality. So for him to get targeted there by the Air Force player is a little bit of a funny one. But yeah, he comes up second hand, that Air Force player. But a great start here for UNM. I mean, you kill off the penalty. You don't have any extra zone time for Air Force on that power play. So something you wanted to see. You know, they came out the right way in the second period. I thought they had a great start in the second period. Looks like they've done the same thing here early on in this third period.
Face-off going to be in the UNM zone. Taking it forward, New Mexico will be Zach Ganshaw. And for the Falcons, that would be number 7, Jack Ballway. And Ballway, we have mentioned earlier, kind of had a nice little scuffle here with the Lobos. Got up and was smiling about it.
With Chance Shanks earlier, who's also on the ice. So.
You gotta love how physical these guys love it. 3-3, 19:07 left here in the third period. Air Force out shooting New Mexico 23-17 on shots on goal. And the face-off going to be knocked up and bat off the boards. Nice checking in the board, and UNM will get the puck and try to push it forward. As it mirrors, I feel like every time I see the ice on the third period, it's just a little more shiny. Maybe it's the lights, the pressure, the situation. It just looks better in the third period.
I think here they've been giving it an extra flood just to make sure, you know, obviously it gets skated on throughout the day, so make sure it comes off. But yeah, I think the excitement of the third period is always something that gets you going. As we see a great puck battle along the boards here. That's something we've seen all night, though, Carlos, is great puck battles between both teams along the boards consistently.
Like here comes UNM pushing forward. One thing I want to notice to the viewer, give to the viewers at home watching is these guys, they're hard hitting and they're having these hard hits against one each other. But it's nothing but good sportsmanship going on as they get up and they skate down the ice and they got smiles on their faces. There's no, as far as I'm picking up and what I've seen, there's no hostility at all. Air Force going to play it across. Got a nice little boot pass, I guess, off the cleat into New Mexico. Bad turnover there for the Falcons. And we're back to stalemate, but back to the UNM blue line. Shot on goal, and it's just going to be saved.
Great job there by Tyler Weiss. He goes to the front of the net and makes some extra little chaos there as McKinstry puts one onto the net. But that's what we want to see UNM doing a little bit more. You know, Dane Wittert gets a shot through, and then there's Tyler Weiss. He's battling for it, gets a little extra deflection, and then goes to the front of the net, tries to pick up that rebound. That's something we want to see as a consistent theme throughout the rest of this third period.
Huge opportunity for New Mexico here as they're going to take a face-off in the Air Force zone, and it is kind of really not won by nobody. Puck kind of just went straight to the boards, not to anyone in particular, but Air Force has maintained the possession more, and they're pushing forward. The shot going to go, I wouldn't really call it a shot on goal, but just trying to get the puck over, and it's going to go flying into the UNM bench. Just right over our heads. I think that's been my first brush with the puck. I need a haircut as it is, but I don't think that's how I'd want to get it.
Well, luckily we haven't been peppered with any like we were at the end of last season.
Let's find some wood over here quick, so we don't jinx ourselves. Face off in the UNM zone, won by Air Force. We played across the boards here. Once again, want to thank you for tuning in to the UNM Lobo Hockey Network on this beautiful Friday night here in Albuquerque. We're here at the Outpost. It's the University of New Mexico Lobos against the Air Force Academy Falcons. We're knotted up at threes here. This puck going to go flying straight up into the air. And one back by New Mexico across the boards. But now here comes Air Force. They got a 3v2 now. They got a man on the left, man on the right. Going to play it to the left and play it forward, but nobody's home. It's going to go just under. And we played across these boards here right just in front of us. Now here comes New Mexico and trying to push a counterattack here. Puck being battled around in center ice. We have the left side of the board. Here comes New Mexico now. Puck going to be skidding alongside the backside of the net here for New Mexico. And the Lobos really, in my opinion, have shown an amazing level of toughness. They went down 3 early here and got 3 unanswered back, and it just true grit. And what an amazing effort by Sam Fisher in goal for the Lobos.
Yeah, we touched on it a little bit in the pregame, but I think that loss that they had to ASU was such a great, team building and chemistry building game. It gives you that mental toughness to now know, okay, how do we go out and we play a game? When you get away from your game, you see what happens. They let 3 in early. Now they get back to their game. We've seen basically through the last, 40 minutes in essence, they've been playing their game. They've been playing the right way. They've been getting pucks in, controlling the play, and they've clawed their way back to be 3-3. That's a odd moment there as no icing's called.
Yeah, it's one of those no-show, no calls, I guess we should say. But let's hope a makeup call's not going to be in the future, and hopefully if it is, it's going to be for New Mexico. As the glove goes flying of a Lobo, and indeed that was
I think it's
number 8 for New Mexico that lost his glove.
It was Jack Kaufman who gets hit along the boards.
Correct.
He gets
correction, 83, my bad.
But yeah, I think Air Force is going to get a penalty here. I believe it was a boarding call called against them. But Jack's been playing fantastic tonight. I've loved his tenacity on the puck. He had a great chance in the second period, right on the doorstep. Really unlucky not to put it past the Air Force goaltender there. But I think that we touched on in the second period. This power play unit has had a fantastic job tonight. They've created many scoring chances. I've loved the way they've moved around the puck. They've got to get a little bit more bodies to the front of the net and simplify it, but I thought they've done a great job in creating so many scoring chances.
So here we go, another power play for New Mexico. They've had 4 today. They have scored on 500 batting average. Shot on goal just going to be deflected wide, and UNM really going to bring the house here, as that penalty was on Air Force. Another shot on goal is going to go just wide and played across the boards on the left side now. New Mexico maintains possession now. Here come your Lobos. They played over to the left side. Lobos have numbers in front of the net, but they're going to circle back and regroup here. It can be played over to the right side. Nice and kind of, I wouldn't say frantic for New Mexico, but a nice, calm, relaxing, just skate about. Shot on goal going to be deflected and just goes just wide. And the ohs and the ahs of the crowd here at the Outpost as they're looking for that 4th goal. Would be UNM's first lead tonight, and there's a battle for the puck on the left side. It's going to be scooting around the Air Force goal.
They've done a great job moving around the puck. I think they just need to do a better job of putting more pucks on the net there. They've got the Air Force D moving around a lot as that horrible turnover there.
Shot on goal, saved by Sam Fisher. Going to be knocked down. Holy Toledo, Sam Fisher. Oh my goodness, what a save.
He comes up huge again when he really needs to keep his team in this game with a chance to break this tie.
Going in front of the goal. Oh my goodness, it's going to go just wide. It does hit the net, so that hits the point that UNM likes to talk about. Just hit the net, gentlemen. And the UNM's getting good chances. There's 20 seconds left in the power play. Can the Lobos get that 4th here? And looks like they're going to circle back. Almost another bad penalty in their own zone now. 9 seconds left in this power play. And Air Force looks like is going to come up with a huge, and indeed they will, a huge power play kill here. Back to full strength with 3:40 left here in the 3rd period. And we got an
timely on icing call there is, I think it was Carnes just tried to wheel it out of his zone and then flips one through the middle and just misses the stick of one of his players and goes all the way down for icing. Luckily, they're not caught on a bad change here. These guys were fresh, so no one's super tired.
And not bringing back any tired legs. But Sam Fisher with another huge save. Correct me if I haven't said that before. But oh my goodness, what a save by Sam Fisher. Sprawling out on the ice on what could have been a very costly UNM turnover. And he comes up huge. And speaking of turnovers, Air Force going to retain possession now of the puck. Going to be so long across the boards. Back to Air Force now. UNM now retains possession. Now they're trying to push forward. Here we go. UNM trying to get bodies forward. They're going to be on the right side. Shot in front of the goal. It's going to be saved. And Air Force maintain possession. Nice little flick pass forward, but into the possession of 3 Lobos. They're going to push forward on the ice now on the right side. Going to be on your right side on the screen. It's our left side down here on the ice. Air Force, nice little trip there. Nice little rinky-dink right there. And the keeper's going to come out of his net now here.
Yeah,
it looks like we're going to have a delayed penalty incoming.
Yeah, Force will go back to the power play here. Not something you want to see. We've talked a lot about discipline throughout the years, and especially with this team last year and then this team again. It's been a consistent theme that's carried over. Inopportune penalties at bad times in the game. What will this do? You know, I think they had a fantastic penalty kill on the last one, but you don't want to consistently do this. You've got to make sure that you're doing it the right way. Just play smart. Don't get lazy. Don't throw a stick out there. I know your legs are tired, but don't hurt your team. That's the big point here, and there's a chance that UNM gets hurt off a football.
It is going to be a 2-minute power play. The penalty on number 53 of New Mexico, that is Jacob Dunwoody. And now the optimism that UNM had, I felt like that we had on our power play, now goes back to the Air Force side. And here comes Air Force now, but the UNM defense coming up huge. Right back to an Air Force defender. Puck being played on the right side of the boards. Forward Air Force. Going to be played back to the blue line. Back to number 25 of Air Force here on the right side. Going to be played over, but it's intercepted by the Lobos, but the bad. Back to full strength here now, but not quite out of the woods. And they're going to play the puck forward. And the Lobos back to full strength. A huge power play kill.
Unfortunately, will be an icing though, so some tired legs still out there. But fantastic job. We've talked about it all night and through this season. The penalty kill has been such a big proponent of what this UNM team has done. They do such a great job taking away passing lanes. Air Force, I don't think, got one clean shot on the net there. It was fantastic work there by the UNM team.
Garrett McKinstry going to take the face-off for New Mexico, and indeed won by the Lobos in their own zone. They're pushing forward. The all-important fourth goal, and here it comes, folks. It may come right here. Here comes UNM pushing forward on the left side. Now it's turned over. Here comes Air Force now, pushing hard on the right side. Number 17 of Air Force going to skate around the net, looking for a man in front of the net. It's going to be saved by the UNM defense. Puck still loose in front of the net, and the Lobos going to retain possession, and they're going to push forward now past the blue line to the center ice. Going to skate back, going to reset, and here come the Lobos pushing forward. Puck going to go in and around the right side of the net. Now back to the left side, kind of looking like a tennis match there as it goes one way and back around the boards the other way.
A little bit of ping pong action.
Indeed. Slapped down by Air Force. Here comes number 25 of the Falcons pushing forward. The Air Force has numbers, and it's saved by the UNM defense. Huge block, and the fans here at the outpost really appreciate that. Now it's a 2-on-3 for New Mexico. Puck going to just be lofted over the left side, and UNM finally going to get some new legs out there for the tired legs here. But here comes Air Force pushing forward. Pass over to the left side, but no one's home. Kind of hit into the UNM bench, but here comes Air Force maintaining possession, number 91 for the Falcons in a sky, and now we got a whistle.
Offside there.
We got offside now.
One thing I have noticed, though, it seems like Air Force has shortened their bench a little bit, and they've gone to 2 lines. They're rolling out, and it's their top 2 units. So I think they're just trying to play, the 2 big boys against each other, both top lines, getting as much time as possible, and seeing who comes out the victor at the end of the day.
Face-off won by New Mexico, but it's played back over to Air Force, number 26 of Air Force on the left side. Going to play the puck forward, number 21 of the Falcons. UNM now going to maintain possession of the puck, try to push it forward, but indeed one back by the Falcons, number 24 of Air Force. And again, I want to apologize to any Air Force viewers. We have our paper copy as a shot goes just wide, puck loose in front of the net. And indeed saved, but now here comes Air Force with number, it's 2-on-1 now. Going forward, and it's poked away by UNM. Oh my goodness, the crowd here at the outpost rise to their feet. And we got a whistle now.
What a fantastic job there by Carnes.
Doctor.
Huge play on the 2-on-1, makes the right play, takes away the shooter, and he removes the puck from his stick. But fantastic job there by UNM on the backside, though. I think that was a big proponent of it. You see Tristan Collier, he's charging back on the back check. You got a high forward I believe that was Coulter Barnes that was coming on the back check. But they've done a great job. They had a lapse in the first period, but ever since then they've done such a great job of backtracking and back-checking to make sure Air Force doesn't get any
Air Force back on the power play. The penalty going against New Mexico, number 64, Tristan Coiler, a 2-minute power play as the clock starts winding down here in the third period. Knotted up at threes. You can feel it here. A fourth goal coming. The UNM Lobo faithful here at the outpost, hoping it's for them. And the puck going to be played down ice as it's going to waste some clock. Shots on goal stat. You know, anyone that listened to me last 2 Saturdays is going to know that I love that. 27-20 in favor of the Falcons. And Sam Fisher, kind of a late pass there, but UNM going to play it all the way back down the ice. And we're going to have a shift change, some fresh legs out there on the ice for New Mexico.
And this was the line that last time on the penalty kill had such a great chance, skating it back out, and they cut off so many great lanes and really stifled the Air Force power play.
Air Force now behind the UNM net. Under a minute left in this power play, 55 seconds to be exact. And Air Force keeping the pressure on for Lobo. Shot on goes, hey, by Sam Fisher. He's going to knock it away. Battle up right here against the boards to number 26 of Air Force. He's being flustered by 2 UNM defenders. Giving him a save by Sam Fisher. Shot still loose in front of the net, and it trickles in. And indeed, it is in. And there's the 4th goal. But not for New Mexico. It is for Air Force. And the Falcons take a 4-3 lead here with 7:06 left. The puck was just loose about on the right side of the net. And Sam was unfortunately on the ground and really had no chance to save that one.
Great first save, great second save, does all he can. And then Tyler Levette, he's over there trying to battle as well and save that. And he's stretched out as well and just unluckily trickles past him. And Air Force regains the lead. But you know, this is something we touched on all night. We can clearly see UNM has the fight in them to come back again. Will they be able to do it, though, with the time remaining with 7 minutes left?
7 minutes left in this one. 4-3 in favor of the Academy. So it goes just wide as the Lobos look to tie it up right away. They have not led at any point in this game. They were down 3-0 early, tied at 3-3, and now Air Force retakes the lead with just under 7 minutes left. Is now 4-3 Falcons. Air Force looking to really put the final touching, and a great opportunity there for Air Force number 5 for the Falcons. Just not enough mustard on it. Shot going to go just wide off the board on top of Sam Fisher, right above Sam Fisher's net, and be pushed forward into the Air Force zone. We got 1 Lobos getting down there, but there are 3 Falcons that he is met with. Pushed up aside, the right side of the board, being pushed forward by number 77 of Air Force. Being knocked away on the right side of the board. Here comes New Mexico and played alongside the board, back to the left side. A huge hit right in front of me. That's my first real brush up right in front of me, too. That was amazing. And UNM going to maintain possession here on the right side. Puck knocked up and secured by Air Force as they're going to try and get a 5th goal here, but UNM trying to say, no, not today. We're going to get this 4th one as we played into the Air Force zone. Time for new legs on the ice. 5:45 left here. It is 4-3 in favor of the Falcons. The Lobos looking for the equalizer here. This has been an unbelievable game here at the Outpost. And the Falcons really showing discipline, even in their celebration. I didn't see anything too flamboyant about it. All right, gentlemen, we still got a job to do. And again, credit to maybe the Academy lifestyle up there in Colorado Springs.
I thought Nick Weaver's had a great great game tonight. He's been one of the big drivers here for UNM. We'll see if his line with Chance Shanks can generate some extra opportunity as they break out through neutral zone.
Puck playing forward. It's a little tripped up there. We're going to have a delayed penalty, it looks like. Puck being played in there, indeed, is the whistle.
It's unfortunately been the story of the third period. You talked about tale of two, well, now a tale of three. We've had back and forth game, very, very high-paced, octane first period, defensive second period, and now in this third period, UNM's discipline coming back to hurt them. Unfortunately, that's what led to the fourth goal. We'll see if they can do a better job in this next penalty kill and see if they can maybe go back to wrestle some momentum.
The Rockford, Illinois native, Jack Kaufman with the penalty. 2 minutes now. Shot save! Vice Fisher knocked away. But Kaufman in the penalty box now. And really not what the Lobos needed at this moment at all.
Yeah.
Another penalty. And like we were saying, the discipline really not shown there by New Mexico, and not just by Kaufman, but I think it's been seen majority of the game by the Lobos. They've had their spots of where they have been very disciplined, but it seems like in moments where they need to stay calm and relaxed, they make boneheaded mistakes. Here comes Air Force, chance to go. Shot saved by Fisher. It's going to roll across and out of play. 1:23 left in the power play. 4:19 left in the ball game.
There's been the Air Force danger man tonight, Kleinman. He makes a nifty move along the right wing boards here, right in front of us. Beats one of the UNM defenders and then just drives the net and gets a great shot over, or a great pass over. But Sam Fisher again, he stood on his head when he needs to, and your best penalty killer needs to be your goalie. As Nick Weaver shoots one down to kill some time. But yeah, to your point you were making, Carlos, if you take a penalty now, you're effectively killing 2 minutes that you have to come back, and 2 minutes of valuable time to gain some momentum. But who knows, maybe UNM will wrestle some momentum from killing this penalty and help them drive forward to maybe getting a game-tying goal here late in the third.
We're on, here we go, and a good shot here, one-on-one, Weaver through traffic. He's looking for men, and he's really not going to get any. It was a one-on-one. He was looking for help instead of going one-on-one with the keeper. And instead, Air Force will retain possession. 40 seconds left in this power play for the Falcons. And here comes Air Force now. UNM now down to 2 men, now back down to only 1 as the line change kind of took a little bit of time there and almost cost UNM a huge hit in front of the net. Shot on goal just wide by Air Force. And they're maintaining possession. 18 seconds left in the power play now. Behind the UNM net, looking for a man in front. Passed over number 26 Air Force. Shot on goal just wide, just over the net. There are 5 seconds left in this power play now, and UNM looking to get a huge kill, and indeed they do, but they're not out of the woods yet. Back to full strength now comes the Lobo shot on goal, and it knocks in, it deflects off, I believe, a Lobo. And with 2:51 left, just out of the power play, Air Force gets one in.
Yeah, it was a great tip in
and
front
it is 5-1
by the Air Force player. Spencer Anderson was the one, I believe, that tipped that in. He's just in the high slot. There's not enough UNM defenders around. The third forward there, or the high forward, he's missing. So, unfortunately, from the penalty kill carryover. But, yeah, we've loved the fight out of UNM. This is going to be a tall order. 2.5 minutes left to go, and see if they can draw 2 to even get this thing tied up.
Crazier things have happened. It's now 5-3 in favor of the Falcons. And the crowd not really taken out of this. This is everyone the Lobo chant kind of breaking out in the crowd, trying to get this crowd back into it. 2:30 left here. And again, that power play, yes, it was a full-strength goal. However, Kaufman just coming out of the penalty box right when it happened. Huge hit right in front of us here on this right side. And discipline really for the Lobos coming back to bite them there. Here comes New Mexico now, pushing forward. But here comes Air Force back on the ice. UNM having good chances, but just turning the puck over. Not going, just going to hit off the net. Pardon me. I didn't mean to cut myself off there. But UNM getting good chances pushing forward, but they can't seem to hold on to the puck.
Yeah, Air Force has wrangled back so much momentum over the last couple minutes here, and UNM just needs to play a little bit smarter. Skate it out here, get into the neutral zone as Zach Genshaw, skates it up.
Minute 35 in this one. Air Force 5, New Mexico 3 here in the third period. Air Force out shooting New Mexico by a margin of 14 shots on goal. Now, again, I don't know how correctly our scoreboard here is at the outpost, but as it stands, according to the scoreboard, it's 34 shots on goal for the Falcons and 20 for New Mexico as we approach a minute and 10 seconds left. Now it makes you wonder, when do you take Sam Fisher out of net? As we're going to have a whistle here.
It's going to be an icing,
Icing call.
Trying to get all the people back. There's a part of me that wonders if you even bother. I think, there's a party that I'm sure wants to fight, but you're going to have to get pressure down there. But we've seen what Air Force has been able to do. They're great at stifling the UNM team as they're breaking out and carrying momentum through. As we're going to get a timeout
in favor in New Mexico, going to call timeout here. 1:08 left. New Mexico was down 3-0 early in the first period. Battle back to make it 3-2 as they head to the dressing room. Right out of the gate, in the start of the second period, they knotted up 3-all. And Air Force, with 2 goals within the blink of an eye, has made this game 5-3. A minute and 8 seconds left. Now, if UNM is to get one quickly here out of the timeout, make it 5-4, then you have to pull Sam in that one. But
you have to get the puck down the end of the zone and gain the offensive zone at least. But yeah, I think right now, if you're Coach Logan, you're just trying to make a smart play, win the face-off. That's going to be a big key thing, but I think that's where they have to go. We will actually, after the game is over, we will be throwing it over to Josh, who will be with Coach Logan as well, to get his thoughts on the game as well. That's fantastic. Nate Tagliami, last year a fantastic player for UNM with the fishing comment.
The live chat, folks, has never disappeared, never fails here. 1 minute left here. The base of the Sandias here, and here come the Lobos trying to get one back quickly, but Air Force going to snuff that out. We played across the boards. 50 seconds left in this one. It's 5-3 Falcons. UNM going forward, but Air Force snuffing any chance of a comeback as the clock keeps running out. And indeed, Coach Logan calling Sam Fisher to the bench quickly. And here comes Sam Fisher now quickly off. He gets the extra attacker on. Empty net now for UNM, 30 seconds left, and the Lobos need 2 goals in this time. Kind of, in my opinion, playing very uninspired at the moment. Kind of lackadaisical. Let's just get this over. 20 seconds left in this one. No man in goal for UNM. Here comes Air Force, going to play forward number 6. He played back. 10 seconds left in this one. Shot on goal, going to go just wide. And I believe the net has come off its bearings. 2.5 seconds left.
Marcus Trujillo doing a good job there, though. He's putting his body on the line, blocking that shot, make sure that there's not another goal that goes in the net there as Sam gets put back in. But worth the effort. I understand what Coach Logan's doing there. I think he's trying to at least give his team a chance to get one and maybe build some momentum into the next game.
And with that, the puck is dropped. The ball game is over. The Lobos will lose just their second game of the year. They have fallen to 5-2 on the year, and Air Force with the discipline are really showing late in these games. We're kind of a hardy, unexperienced, I want to say, careless UNM squad was really bitten hard today by 2 penalties in the third period that resulted in 2 goals for the Falcons.
I think in a lot of ways it's a replay of last week. I think last week the discipline was defensive zone discipline, over chasing pucks and allowed ASU back in. Tonight the Taylor's been disciplined on the penalty box side, not going to the penalty box in inopportune times, especially when you had momentum. I feel like they started that third period so well, had a great job, wrestling momentum for their side to try and force that fourth goal to put them in front for the first time. But, you know, an unlucky effort. I think just trying to do too much, and like we've talked about all year, silly penalties have been the biggest Achilles heel of this team. But we will be having Coach Logan come on and talk with Josh here in a little bit. They're just going through the formalities of the night as the UNM team salutes their crowd that came out strong.
An amazing crowd as usual here at the Outpost. And fans, you're going to have an opportunity tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. The Lobos will be right back here at the Outpost taking on these Falcons. Come out.
Yeah.
Tickets are only $5.
And as we mentioned, this is going to be the last time for you to get out and see your Lobos play here in Albuquerque. As we're going to go throw it over to Josh, who's going to be with Coach Logan now.
Take it away, Josh.
1 second.
We're having mic troubles, folks. Bear with us.
Alrighty, guys, we're here with Coach Logan. Logan, not the expectations you had going into tonight, not the outcome you wanted. What are you going to take in going into tomorrow's game?
I thought we started off pretty flat. So maybe it's preparation. Maybe that's on me. So we'll evaluate that and hopefully come out a little bit better.
What are some of the things that you really appreciated in going into this game? I know coming back from a 3-0, tying it up, big improvement there.
We showed some resiliency, which is good to see because there's going to be ups and downs throughout the season. You know, never too high, never too low, something that we talk about a lot. I thought we played pretty well on the second and third period, just some power play goals that we didn't. We got to get some better clears, a little bit better puck battling all over the ice. So we'll address it.
Coach, good luck to you tomorrow night, and we'll see you tomorrow. Alrighty, Lobo fans, thank you guys for joining us here on the Lobo Hockey Network. Back to the broadcast booth, and we'll see you guys tomorrow night.
We want to thank everybody for joining us here. Whether you were here in the Outpost or watching wherever you may be, we really want to do, again, a thank you, and also bearing with us with the broadcast troubles. Oh, and we have a camera now. You can finally see us.
As we're trying to be as warm as possible because you don't move around a lot, so you do get a little cold. So
yeah, and we are right here along the boards too. So you're right here on the ice. We want to thank everyone that was watching tonight. We really do appreciate the support and everything. And for Nick, I'm Carlos. We want to thank you again for tuning into the Lobo Hockey Network. We will see you tomorrow as UNM takes on Air Force again. Until then, go Lobos!